Hello and welcome to the end of 2018, beginning of 2019 general update video that a lot of us do around this time of year. And I have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things I don't want to get into too much, some things I want to get into a little bit, but I haven't got too much time to film and get this video up either. Just feels like there's so much going on right now as far as my YouTube channel is concerned, in my head anyway. Things I'm preparing for, things I'm getting ready to do, gearing up to do, things I've already been doing for quite a while. So we're going to reflect on 2018 with my channel, because this is my channel. I guess it all seems very narcissistic when you think about it, but I'm going to run down some of the things I did this year and just talk about them very briefly. So pretty good year for YouTube, I think. Life-wise, not so much. I'd say this 2018 has been one of, if not the toughest year of my life. A lot of stuff happened this year. Wouldn't want to revisit it, wouldn't want to play it over again, that's for sure. And maybe I'll talk about that when the time is right. But, you know, the channel kept me going when I really needed it to. Movies kept me going when I really needed them to. And the watching of said movies was spurred on by my YouTube channel. So it's been really helpful. And every now and again I've taken a couple of weeks and not done much. But, you know, I hadn't really taken an extended break. And I feel like I've been fairly consistent. And so I'm happy with how the year has turned out. So, beginning of the year, started with the regular Blu-ray updates after Christmas and so on. Did my top 20 films of 2017, the rough cut. I still plan at some point to go back and do the version of my top films of 2017 in the list, where I will count down basically every film I've seen from 2017 from my least favorite to my favorite. I did that for 2016, which was like I think like an hour plus long video, which I really enjoyed doing and people seem to enjoy. So yeah, my top 20 of 2017, the rough cut, which ruffled some feathers when I included Twin Peaks: The Return. and I stand firmly by that decision. The Road to Episode 9 videos began in earnest, though I think over the entire year I've only made about 17 of those videos. But I mean, you know, we're still a year out from the film's release, and I haven't really been in much of a Star Wars mood, generally speaking, for the most of this year. Also started a new little series, which is very sporadic, called It's Not a Movie, based off of the Twin Peaks: The Return controversy, where me and Connie, or just myself, review a TV series. So I think started off with a review of The End of the Fucking World, which is a really good show. We did one for Stranger Things Series 1. We did Cobra Kai, which is one of my highlights of 2018. Loved that show so much. And I think I also did one for Sorry for Your Loss, which is just one of my favorite things in years, I think, actually. A great show on Facebook Watch. Then, in February, I started doing regular movie reviews. Now that I'm back in the UK, I can get the unlimited, limitless cards, and so I can go to the cinema a lot more often when I have the time and the days off to do that. And so I've got to the cinema more than I have in years and years and years, so seen a lot more films, and decided to kind of actually use that for my channel and do reviews of new releases. And so I think I've done almost 45 reviews. I want to get to 50, that'd be nice. So, and I really had time to do them for every film I saw. The thing is, I started off doing these new release reviews, and as a new style, I was kind of putting effort into the editing, showing pictures from the films, putting the poster in the video, doing some graphics, like my current top 5, things like that. I really enjoyed doing that, but it was time consuming, and I eventually abandoned it, and no one batted an eyelid, which is probably how it should be. And, you know, just going back to that basic level of just sitting down, talking about a movie, and that's it. That's all it needs to be. So I enjoyed kind of putting the extra effort in, but I think that to get more content out of me, and in general, I found that actually the best is to just do the video. You know, no one's really watching this, like, you know, with rapt attention with their eyes anyway. You're just listening to me talking about stuff. I released my 24-hour movie marathon greatest hits remake, I suppose. I released this a couple of years ago. It was the greatest moments of 24-hour movie marathon 1, 2, 3, and 4. I did a new re-edit of that video to include. I'll leave that one in for free, to include all of the previous 6 years. So from year 1 to year 6 including things like the Warwick Davis cameo. So that was like a 30+ minute video. I really enjoyed putting that together. You can go check that out if you haven't seen it already. It kind of gives you an idea of what the marathon's all about. I got back to the Epic Film Challenge 2 in March with episode 229, The French Connection. And so I think to date, I've only released about 15 episodes this year, which is just criminal. Like, when am I ever going to finish this damn thing? I have quite a few that I've not released yet, so that there's still quite a few to come. But yeah, I really need to start getting to work on that, I think. I also released randomly episode 22.5 of Yes, The Trip of a Lifetime, which was over 4 years ago now. Still haven't finished that series, and it was a fairly lo-fi video as well. So hopefully I can finish that in 2019, just get it done out of the way. Then me and CP did the commentary for The Last Jedi. Unfortunately, the video goes out of sync, but again, you can kind of just listen to it and hear our thoughts on the movie over about a 3-hour period, I think. And then in May, I started my series, The 50 Greatest Movies Ever, where I count down my 50 picks for the best films I've ever seen. Not my favorites, even though many of my favorites appear, but the 50 greatest movies I've seen so far. And that I did put a lot of time into with the editing, the clips, the title cards, and that really paid off. I was really happy with how that series turned out. I'm really proud of it. I finished it, and so that to me I think was probably the greatest success for me of 2018 was that, because it's one of those things I will always start and never finish, and I finished it, and I was really happy with the end result as far as the videos were concerned. By this time, I'd moved here to England, and I started my Agnès Vardathon, which was always kind of planned as a very loose thing, so there's only been one part so far. Hopefully part 2 in 2019, but it was such a great beginning where I got to watch her first film, then go to London and see her in person and watch one of her movies. So that was just like, there's no coming down from that, you know, like to kind of go and do a review of one of her other films just at home in my living room seemed a bit pedestrian, and so I just kind of rode that high of having seen her in person and how special that was. To see this woman at like 91 years old, kind of just still sharp and fresh and funny and vibrant and full of life, and getting to see one of her documentaries was fantastic. So the Vardathon will continue at some point. I released Slice 3 of the Twin Peaks Journey, which is a series I filmed in the summer of 2017. So for a whole year, only one video. I need to get back to that. I don't think many people watch those videos, so it's kind of hard to get the motivation to edit them, but I love Twin Peaks, and I want to kind of start doing more videos about Twin Peaks, so I will endeavor to get back to that. And I mean, it's all there on my computer, really. I just need to edit it. So again, it's just priorities and shifting things. I also hit 4,000 subscribers this year, which was really cool. I think I was at 3,000, post 3,000 for years, so it was kind of cool to see that there was actually a bit of an upward momentum with subscribers, which is something I don't really keep too much of a keen eye on in general, but it was I think Graham actually from Man v Films like, hey, you're about to hit 4,000. Like, am I? I didn't even notice, but it was a really nice one I did, and I think we're actually getting close to 4.5, which is pretty damn cool, and I appreciate that very much. We hit the 5-year anniversary of the Epic Film Challenge 2, filmed a quick video on that, and I really enjoyed the Epic Film Challenge 2 movies / reviews that I've done this year. I just feel like there should have been so much more, and it's just been difficult, really. There's just, again, I feel like I'm always being pulled in different directions of films I want to watch for certain reasons, It's kind of really difficult to just sit down and go, I want to watch that tonight. Well, it's not a film from the book, or it's not a film I'm doing for something else on YouTube, so yeah, you kind of get lost in your own head when you do this, I think, at least if you're me and you get kind of so wrapped up in it mentally. In September, I released a special video, an hour and 27-minute vlog, basically, just me talking about my life as film shaped it. Called it Film Stories, and I plan to continue that as a kind of just a random series where I can just take a certain topic, like, I don't know, like the first time I went to see something in the cinema, or something related to a film, and just expanding upon it and kind of, talking about it as a story relating to film and my life, which again all seems very narcissistic and self-important, but I mean, again, it is my channel, I guess, is what I'm here to do, is talk about films, but also myself related to films. So I really enjoyed making that. Had a bit of a mixed response, but mostly positive. and so I really enjoyed kind of putting that thing together, and plus I really liked the opening graphic I did, so I want to kind of keep that and make it a running series at some point, which I would have done, again, just time. We got back to doing movie vlogs, which is one of the things I started doing in Norway, just picking up the camera very casually. Hey, I'm watching a film, sat on the sofa, here's my thoughts as I go through, or at the end, just very casual, nothing like, don't need to set the camera up on a tripod, get the microphone out, just completely kind of back to basics, and I really enjoyed doing that, and it seemed people enjoyed that too, and so I got back to doing those towards the end of this year. Me and Connie did quite a few. We did revisiting It, revisiting Blade Runner 2049, revisiting The Last Jedi, and then we also did the series of reviews and discussions on the Harry Potter films. And going back and watching every Harry Potter film in succession, I realized it's something I had never done before. So that was really cool. And again, during a period where things were really not great, that really lifted my spirits, and at least distracted me in the right way. So I really enjoyed doing that Harry Potter Time Turner series of movie vlogs of us just casually talking about the films as we revisited all of them in order. I did a video called The Virtual Tour of my Letterboxd account, which was so much more popular than I thought it would be. I thought a few people would find it interesting and then it would just die a death, but there was like hundreds and hundreds of views, lots of people talking about it, they really enjoyed it. Some people went and joined Letterboxd, so that was great. So that's one to look out for if you didn't see it. On October 21st, I released the 24-hour movie marathon 7, which I'll do a separate video on that because I need to talk about the charity fundraiser and me pledging that money to the charity now that the fundraiser is effectively over. So I'll make a separate video about that in the new year and talk about Marathon 7 and give out some thank yous, which are much needed, of course. That was great. That was another highlight of the year, and doing the live premiere where people were kind of watching live and having like 30 to 50 people watching and commenting was awesome. So cool. And then in November, I relaunched the Masters of Cinema Marathon, which I'm really happy with. Again, going back to basics and just talking about the film, no fancy editing, and I feel like I can actually continue that series now that the burden of trying to put so much effort into the editing isn't there anymore. So, and I've already talked about that. So that's 2018 in a nutshell, some of the more notable videos. Obviously, there are a lot more Blu-ray updates and things like that, but yeah, it's been a good year and a different year. Things have changed a hell of a lot, you know. A year ago, I was still living in Norway, which was great. Now it's a different situation, a different country. And yeah, it's one of the, life just takes you in different places. You got to roll with it sometimes. So 2019, I have 6 minutes on the camera as far as the battery is concerned. What can I say about 2019 as far as what I'm planning for the channel and, you know, kind of the projects that I'm most excited about. So I posted a compilation of those 6 short films that I made in 2017, hyping up and unraveling this mystery that I was going to be doing a John Carpenter 24-hour movie marathon. And I never did it, but I still really wanted it. I didn't want to abandon it completely, so I stitched all 6 together into one video, called it the Prelude short film, and changed the announcement date. So you will be seeing the 24-hour movie marathon special, Completing Carpenter, where I'll be watching all of the John Carpenter films I've never seen before, about 12 or 13 films in total. I have them all on Blu-ray, so I'm going to be doing that in January. I have a week off. Really looking forward to it, and then you'll be seeing that video, hopefully, fingers crossed, in April. So I'm really looking forward to doing the first ever spin-off 24-hour movie marathon. I will be doing it alone, not with Connie, unfortunately, and it won't be to the degree of the 24-hour movie marathon, like the main series, I guess, as we should now call it. So, and it's not replacing Marathon 8. That will still be coming next year as well, and probably keeping in suit with this year, it'll be later on in the year. We'll probably do it maybe in April or something like that, and then I'll release the video later on in the year, like maybe September, October, November. I'm assuming, anyway. Plans could change. So yeah, you'll be getting 2 24-hour movie marathons next year, which is kind of cool. I really want to get back to completing Silent Movie Marathon 4. Half of that is just sitting on a hard drive, but I don't know yet. But also a big thing for me next year, and I want to make a separate video about it again, kind of talking about it. But I might have already mentioned it. I really don't know, because I have so many things I think about in my head. I don't know if I've talked about it in a video or not. Next year, I will be doing Asian Cinema Season 2. I have many videos ready, up, finished, kind of just ready to go basically. And I've been doing this for months now, and you'd think I'd have more to show for it, but I've kind of been sporadically kind of watching films, making videos on them, and I can reveal that me and Daisuke Beppu will be doing a big collaboration for Asian Cinema Season 2. So I think like his footage for that collaboration amounts to about an hour and a half of talking about films, and it's a specific director. So we're both going to be talking about this director's entire filmography in lots of separate videos throughout Asian Cinema Season 2, so I'm really excited about that. There'll be more guests as well, and focus on particular directors and so on. So I can say there'll probably be a very heavy martial arts influence this year for this Asian cinema season. So I'm really looking forward to it, but I want to have basically most of it done before I start. So I was going to do it in November, realized there was no way. I thought I'll do it in December, realized there was no way. January, realized there was no way. In my head now I'm thinking February, but I really don't know. So once I have like a month's worth of content at least, then I'll figure out when I'm going to start it at some point next year. I'll announce it to you guys so you know when to expect it, and hopefully we'll have a really packed month full of Asian cinema reviews. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, so that's it really. I guess Asian Cinema Season 2, the 2 24-hour movie marathons. I really want to get back to Epic Film Challenge 2. I've recorded up to episode 250, which is really cool. So hopefully we can push forward next year and see how things go. I don't know if I'll attack the new release reviews as much. You let me know. Do you watch the kind of, you know, newly released film reviews as much? Do you find them interesting to hear my thoughts on the films that are, you know, fresh and out in the cinemas? Because I'm unsure whether to tackle 2019 in the same way and put out a lot of new current reviews, but we'll see what happens, I suppose. But yeah, and I will absolutely, I think I might have mentioned this before as well, I can't remember, I will absolutely be taking a break in 2019. I actually went back and looked at my end of 2017, beginning of 2018 video, and I talked about how I wanted to finish my book, which I never did. So I need to just completely remove myself from YouTube. Well, not remove myself, but, you know, just like put it to one side. No videos, you know, no kind of updates, anything like that, and just focus on finishing this damn book. So I'm going to be doing that in 2019 at some point, hopefully in the first quarter. We'll see. Maybe I can kind of, I don't know, time it so that I've got stuff to go up, but I don't want to even be bothering about that. I need to really laser focus on that and just realize that there's no urgency here with YouTube. You know, it doesn't really matter how quickly I get to these things. As much as I enjoy doing them, there are more important things, and to me that book is more important, so I need to fucking finish it, so I'm going to try and do that. So there we go. Happy New Year, I guess. You know, it doesn't mean too much to me. I do like it being a fresh start. It's always nice when we have a new year, we can kind of feel like in our heads we hit the reset button somewhat. Hope you all had a good Christmas and holiday period as well. And 2018 has been a great year for my YouTube friends as well. Some of them have posted some great videos. Daisuke in particular has been a kind of personal highlight to me, actually, getting to discover his channel and love his videos, and to see how much he's putting out and how much, you know, the amount of videos he puts out that I'm really interested in is probably higher than anyone else I follow, even if they are my very good friends. His videos that really cater to the things I'm interested in. So I love his channel. It's been great becoming a friend of his, and again, I'm looking forward to sharing with you the collaboration that we've been working on for like the past few months, actually, getting it all together next year with Asian Cinema Season 2. I would also like to give a name check to Emily's Adventures in Horrorland. If you haven't seen her channel, she is CP's wife, and she posted 2 phenomenal videos this year. I mean, her content is always great. She rarely kind of posts, she's not like a regular, you know, video a week kind of YouTuber, but when she posts something, it's kind of an event, you know. And her Exorcist review and kind of what she does around the review, awesome, but particularly her Blade Runner 2049 review, I mean, really funny, but also really damn good, and I think she's vastly underrated in the YouTube movie community, so definitely check out her stuff, and go check out CP's videos as well. He's posting his list videos, which are really exciting. I love those types of videos, and he always makes them really entertaining and interesting. And yeah, so just wanted to mention those, I guess, because I've been really enjoying CP and Emily's videos as of late, particularly her most recent ones. So go check those out. There's many more people I could shout out and say go check out these channels, but I'll leave that for another time. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, one last thing I wanted to mention in this video, as the white light is kind of blinding me at the minute. I've been working on trying to arrange my top 20 films of 2018. I should have remembered that when I was talking about the last year's rough cut. And this is how pathetic I am. I've spent all day in work, like 8 hours plus, just agonizing over whether I should do my top 20 films of 2018 for Monday, New Year's Eve, and to get it up before the end of the year, or to wait and watch more films that I want to get to, and that thus post it later in January, where it won't be as timely and people won't be as interested. So I've ultimately decided I'm just going to keep watching films, because I hit 80 films watched from 2018, so that's a nice round number. And I'm not saying I want to hit 100, but there's a few more I really want to get to, and they're kind of more... I've got to all the big heavy hitting ones I wanted to get to, like all the main ones I've ticked off. But there's just a few more kind of interesting films I want to check out. So my top 20 of 2018 will be coming in the next few weeks, I would imagine. And then later on down the line, I'll kind of do the full list version, I suppose. Anyway, just want to throw that in there. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
He's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you.